Hello students, now we will start the chapter number 6 in history, colonialism and the society and the cities. Okay, so in this chapter we learn about the city under colonial rule, development and urbanizations and the development of port cities, postal system, railways, hill stations, agencies, etc. Okay, now we have to start the colonial rule. Okay, the growth and collapse of dwelling cities were largely affected by the coming of the colonial forces. They brought in their own culture and social lifestyle into areas under their rule, while the some exciting lost their scene and glory due to parallel trade centers developed elsewhere. So there were others which mushroomed from small villages cluster into major towns and trading centers. For example, the towns of Surat lost out of the flourishing Bombay, Mumbai. Okay, as there was large scale shift in industrial unit. Okay, so similar was the story of an regions and around Calcutta and Madras. On the other hand, the earlier cities of Machilipatnam, Surat and Seringatpatnam fell out the industry as well as the labor shifted out. Okay, so this is often known as the cause of their decline was the declined demand for tradition goods produce here rising demand for the other elsewhere. This is often known as the de-urbanizations. Okay, and the British had developed their trading centers of Mumbai, Calcutta and Chennai as presidencies. Okay, which means center of power created with the purpose of having ease in the governments of areas around them. Okay, so in subcontinent as explained in the previous chapters. Okay, and urbanization. First one we have to know about the urbanization. Urbanization is the physical growth of rural or natural land into urban areas as a result of population immigration to an exciting urban areas. Okay, so the colonial rule brought about many changes in the pattern of governments and physical development of town and cities. This was stimulated by the coming in of technology and improvement of infrastructure. Okay, many roads were constructed, railways lines led, which made coming easier. Although the primary aim of the British was to be able to move goods from various parts of India to the ports and on to United Kingdom by ships, but such developments also brought about changes in the lifestyle and social order. The changes over decade of colonial rules can be summarized under various heads as described below. Okay, port cities. The colonial powers, especially the British, identified the development ports which were convenient centers for loading and unloading the cargo from ships. These ports became their first and foremost hubs of trading activities, warehouse, marketing place as well as the residential areas for their agents. Okay, yes, the city of Calcutta. Okay, Calcutta or Kolkata. Fort William, a famous landmark at Calcutta, was created by the British to fortify their position. Yes, created by the British fortify their positions. there. Okay, this was turned into the capital of British India and remained so till 1911, after which the capital was shifted to Delhi. The Victoria Memorial, the bridge over river Hooghly, famous known as the Howrah Bridge, and establishing the road tram system are symbols of the technology and architecture which came along with the colonialism. Okay. Yes, Madras, the city of Madras or Chennai, the British set foot on this city and constructed the fort St. George to safeguard their trading center. Okay, the building inside the fort have been in the use in the statue legislative assembly for last many years. Okay, Mumbai or Bombay, now rechrist as Mumbai. This city was a major hub of trading activities during the British rule. In fact, the growth of this city led to downfall of Surat as many cotton textile industries shifted from there due to the enhanced opportunity of trade created here by the British and others. Was laid between the Bombay and Thane in 1853. Gateway of India and the Victoria Terminal are marvelous examples of British architecture and synonymous with the historic development of Bombay. Of postal system. Another development work of the British was the introductions of the postal system. This postal service was first opened to the public in 1774 by the then Governor General Warren Hastings. Okay. Although some form of postal system existed since 1764, but that was mainly for the mails between different functionaries of the East India Company. In the initial stage, the postcards were based on weight of the packet and the distance it was to be sent. Okay. Later this was changed and postage was thereafter based only on the weight. Okay. Postage system was initiated in 1852 and a uniform system across India began in 1854. Okay. Of railways. One of the major developments which come about was the introduction of the railway network in India. They brought in the technology from the United Kingdom and constructed railway lines, railway stations, and also brought in railway engines and coaches. The planning had begun as early as 1832 and the first railway operated in 1853 from Buri Bandar, Bombay to Thane, 34 km away. Okay. Yes, guys, development of hill station. The British had developed many hill stations like Simla, Mussoorie, Shillong, Darjeeling, Ooty. Okay, they ventured to these places search of cooler climate as they hailed from much cooled regions of Great Britain. Okay, so they made some of these places their summer capital. They began plantation activities which in turn lead to the development of roads and communication to these remote areas which were earlier devoid of development. Okay. Yeah guys, civic agencies means the growth of civics came along with the governing and administrating bodies like municipalities, towns, areas, communities, port trusted, containment boards, public work departments, and such agencies were brought about to develop water supply and drainage system and provides public amenities like street light and playgrounds, etc. Okay, and law enforcement. Okay, the British colonial rulers also brought about legislations for governments of the population living in the areas under their control. So they drew up in the Indian Penal Code in 1860, which laid down the rules and regulations regarding crimes and punishment to be enforced in the entire country. So this was to bring uniformity in the judicial system, which had been differ from different rulers and princely states. Okay, so they brought in a strong police force as they desired to retain control and dominance over the Indian masses, and to facilitate the implementations of their exploitative policies. Okay students, this chapter is also over. So I understood, I hope you understood in this chapter. Okay.